we're going to go on a little jaunt. Just check things out, because what time is it? It's 11. It's a late time to get started on a jaunt, I guess, but let's check things out anyway. Oh, Calixto's House of Curiosities, yeah. I heard Cruelty mention that.
The night, because the werewolves and vampires don't.
You ain't just whistling Dixie, brother. We haven't encountered a werewolf yet, but we're not looking forward to it either. Hello.
I'm a sailor on the North Wind. We're laying over in Windhelm for a while.
Oh, I thought that was a statue. It's like, used wares. Little girl, you're rather underdressed. Whoa, what the hell's going on here? Hi.
Farm work is hard work. It's good to relax when I can, but I still have to listen to my brothers harping about injustices.
Revelers in the snow. You guys should really step inside. It's New Ganesa's Corner Club. A happy reference to Morrowind. That's always welcome. Wow. It is Dunmer Central in here. Hi.
The Grey Quarter is not much to look at now, but it wasn't always so bad.
The Grey Quarter?
Windhelm is divided into 4 quarters. The Grey Quarter is the one that's home to all the city's dark elves. If it looks to you like an impoverished slum, that's because it is. Ulfric prefers that we live in squalor. He has nothing but disdain for anyone who isn't a Nord. He tolerates us, but that's the extent of his hospitality.
Damn. Ever think of going home?
Not a day goes by that I don't think about returning to the ancestral home of my people. Still, even with the rough treatment we've had at the hands of Ulfric and his lot, we've got ties here. It's probably more trouble to pack up and leave than it is to stay. Besides, Amberus can't run the corner club on his own.
Well, I was kind of thinking maybe you'd tell me more about whether or not a person can actually survive in Morrowind at this point, because I have a friend who is looking to go there and kind of disappear.
All my goods are legitimate, which is more than I can say for some.
That is a very suspicious thing to say to a stranger.
I like to share my good fortune with those who deserve it.
They're on you?
I'd travel more, but who wants to deal with all the soldiers these days?
Are you a high elf? Do they treat you like crap too?
It was difficult at first. The Nords of this city are at best suspicious of outsiders. But in time, I made the right friends and proved myself useful enough that they don't give me trouble anymore. The Dark Elves are too proud and naive to understand the way things truly are, and so they continue to dwell in that slum.
How long you been in Windhelm then?
Just got here from the Somerset Isles. Lots of opportunity in Skyrim.
So you have all the cities in the world to come to after leaving the Somerset Isles. Got a Santa hat on. Well, this is a very suspicious looking person, and there it even says it in the name.
Yeah, what do you want?
You look like you're up to something.
I'm afraid not. I deal in stolen goods, but I've already said too much.
That's a rather strange confession.
Keep this to yourself.
I deal in stolen goods, but I shouldn't have said that. Hello.
Apparently some Nord women were murdered. Not sure why I should care.
Oh, you sound bitter. Why is that?
Well, you see where we have to live. This forgotten alley. All the filth from the upper quarters flows downhill, what they say. Good luck getting one of the guards to help with anything. I tried to get Ulfric to even come down here to see the squalor, but the High Lord of his mightiness couldn't find the time.
Sounds like you guys are treated like second-class citizens. There's a lot of Dunmer in Windhelm.
Where else would we be? When the Red Mountain burned, you could scarcely breathe in Morrowind, so we came west. Windhelm was the first city on that road. And here we are. If we had known the Nords would be so unwelcoming, we may have kept walking.
So, Morrowind is uninhabitable then? Is that what you're telling me? That's gonna put a crimp in our plans.
If you need another drink, I'll be right here.
I noticed that I couldn't ask him about a room here, which is kind of a oh. I'm not going to take that because that, even though it's not telling me that I would steal it, she's not going to just pick up a book off the floor of some inn. She's going to assume that it's somebody left it there. Whoa! This is freaking skill book central here. Unless, of course, this isn't actually a skill book, but it didn't pop up the skill thing when I read it. Oh well. Not sure why that happened, or didn't happen, rather. I'm guessing that Atheron or Amberus is okay. Oh god, there's somebody sleeping up here. We shouldn't be up here. Okay, yeah, we shouldn't be up here. Let's just look around. Oh. It doesn't say that I'm stealing it, but I'd kind of be stealing it. Oh man, that I want to check that out so bad. Oh, role playing, how you taunt me. Stay strong, Anag. And Pem. Stay strong, Pem. That's more important at this point. Right, well, I guess I can't get a room here, so onward. But it's cool to see everyone. Anag has a fondness for dark elves for whatever reason. I think maybe she was really impressed with Irileth and hi.
I'm
I talked to you?
on the
Yeah,
North
I've talked to you.
Wind. We're laying over
And
Windhelm.
you? Yeah, I talked to you. You? You were one of those dickheads at the front gate, weren't you? I don't care to talk to you, frankly. So,
It's good to spend
Bite
some
me.
time on solid land.
that was the guy, Halalu. I don't think we've met him yet. What is this way? Oh, that's that. Okay. Okay, remember, Anag, you'll freeze to death if you don't get near a fire every now and then. Windhelm Guard. You're probably a Stormcloak sympathizer, aren't you? Oh! Windhelm, City of History. Olaf One-Eye, reigned 1E 420 to 452. Now, I wonder if it was an error on the part of the writers that put this plaque up. I mean the developers of the game, because they didn't refer to the First Era as the First Era during the First Era, if that makes any sense. They didn't refer to it as the First Era until afterwards. So was this plaque put up in the First Era, like either just shortly after his reign, or was it put up in the Second Era, in which case you could call it the First Era and not be an error? I don't know. Anyway, Olaf One-Eye subdued the foul dragon Numinex, reunited Skyrim after the War of Secession, and conquered the Barbarous Reach. Is that what it says? And then over here, more of the same. Harold reigned 1E 143 to 221, 13th in the line of Isgrimor, and founder of the great kingdom of Skyrim. Where he established Fair Windhelm as his capital. Right. Whoa. Look at that. Holy crap. Wow. Looks fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, you heard me. It looks fantastic.
My cousin's out fighting dragons, and what do I get? Guard duty.
That is a blessing, young lady. It's this way.
then it's true, what everyone is saying. That Aventus Aretino is doing the Black Sacrament, trying to summon the Dark Brotherhood.
Oh,
Just
Grimvar.
casually
Always
walking
with
by
the
and
nonsense.
listening to you
No,
guys
no,
talk about the
of course
Dark
not.
Brotherhood.
Those are just tales.
Fine, then I'll invite him out to play. He lives right there. I'm going to knock on his door.
At 2 in the morning?
No, child. Wait! That boy, that house, they are cursed.
Ha! Then I'm right. I knew it. He's trying to have somebody killed.
All right, I won't deny
I'm getting
it,
cold.
child.
This sucks.
What you heard is true. But Aventus Aretino walks a dark path.
This is the
His
Aretino
actions
household.
can lead
Anike
only to ruin.
has heard about this.
Now, enough. We will speak
And it
no
kind
more of this. I
of
am
creeps
the
her out a
only
little bit
friend
that
you need.
she just ran from a Dark Brotherhood assassin in Whiterun, and now here's this kid trying to call the Dark
All the
Brotherhood?
Argonians at the docks are nice to me. Good thing, too. Her father would run them off.
Your father runs the docks, huh? So, yeah, she just ran from a Dark Brotherhood assassin, and here's this jerk kid. I shouldn't say jerk, I'm sorry. Here's this kid trying to call them to Windhelm, where she's currently trying to hide out. She might have to
They
speak
say
to that
dragons
young
are
man.
coming back. I want to kill one.
Speak to him and tell him to knock it off. Okay, we have to get back inside. We're just going to go to bed. It's really late. 2 o'clock in the morning. Ooh. Sounds like everybody's already in bed. It's quiet.
Got some fresh baked bread? Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Merci.
I'll show you to your room. Right
Oh.
this way.
Playwright. Pfiff. Hmm. Thanks.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Will do. Thank you. Right. Well, there's no chair. What the hell? Okay.
We drink
Wash
to
up.
our youth, to the days come and
Oh,
gone.
really? You're gonna sing?
The age of
Sounds like you're right there.
is now nearly done.
You are right there, aren't you?
We'll
Fine.
drive out the
Alright, well,
empire
before
from
retiring,
this land
Anike's going
and
to do a little bit of reading.
with our blood.
So this will be the end of a video. So if you don't want to listen to me read, feel free to skip to the next video. You won't miss anything gameplay related. Let me just take a little drink of water here before we start. So we're good and lubricated. And again, this is from the Elder Lore podcast mod that I have installed called The Wanderer. The Races of Nirn on Beast Folk. The Lore Compendium. Compiled by Carrick Oswin. Saxleal. The Argonians, who call themselves the Saxleal in their own native tongue, Gel, are the reptilian folk of Blackmarsh, sometimes called Argonia. Not much is known about them, for not only is their home almost inhospitable to most other races, but they are also experts of guerrilla warfare, and are not overly fond of visitors. They are equally at home underwater or on land, and have natural immunities to many diseases and poisons. According to some sources, the Saxleal were already around in tribal communities when the Aldmer came to Somerset Isle. They have a deep connection with the Hist, a mysterious race of sentient trees that, supposedly, predate all other forms of life. Khajiit. The Khajiit are a feline Leonin people from the province of Elsewhere. Like the Saxleal, it is believed that the Khajiiti kingdoms were already in existence before the beginning of recorded history. For the time, the Khajiiti political system was far more advanced than any of the other Tamrielic races. This all changed when the Thracian plague wiped out many, Khajiit and otherwise. They have a supernatural connection with Nirn's two moons, Master and Secunda, or as they call them, Joan and Jode. When a young Khajiit is born, their appearance can vary widely depending on the phases of the moons. They also have cultural uses for moon sugar, which is outlawed in most of the rest of Tamriel. Calling it crystallized moonlight, they use it during religious ceremonies. They are largely responsible for the production of moon sugar and skooma. Slowed. Oh, we're getting into obscure lore here. The slug people of the coral kingdoms of Thras, southwest of Tamriel, are adept users of magic. Not much is known about them, but that they are immensely careful and cautious. It is largely believed that they are responsible for the Thracian plague, though it is unknown whether or not the spreading of the plague was intentional. Regardless if it was planned or not, the All-Flags Navy was called to banners and sank Thras, though it has since risen again to the surface, and not all the Slode were killed. They are generally isolationist and do not meddle too much in the affairs of other races. Imja. The Imja, or Great Apes, are a beast race native to Valenwood. They view the Altmer as their lords and masters and imitate them as closely as possible. They sometimes wear capes, practice with dueling swords, practice diction, and even wear makeup to look more like the elves. Lilmothite. These vulpine beast people once inhabited Black Marsh. It is not directly known if they are related to the Khajiit at all. They were nomads, and are known to have founded the settlement of Black Rose, which was later turned into an infamous prison. They are now extinct. Thus concludes the lore compendium on beast folk.
And our steel we will take back.
Now, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning, so let's sleep for, say, 7 hours. That sounds good.